Hi, I'm going to quickly take you through our press key step. I'm Alex Barlow, co-founder of Axiom. Let's dive in. Now, this step is very easy to use. You can see I have it on screen already. And to record my key presses or my key strokes, all I need to do is click the button that says record. Now, I can click single keystrokes like return if I wanted to submit a search in a web form. Why would I want to do that? Well, because sometimes the CSS selector isn't working when I'm using the click element, or it's just quicker sometimes to use a key press. For example, when in a search you press return and that search will execute on most websites. I can also do other things with the key press. For example, if I just press reset here, I can record downstrokes and upstrokes, and that will scroll. If I click into a scroll box, for example, that will scroll that box or scroll the page. That can be a really useful trick as well. Lastly, I also find doing this really useful on web forms, like you can see behind me. So most web forms, you can actually tab between them and navigate them using your keyboard. So often it can be simpler to use keystrokes to tab between form elements. I tend to use that quite a bit. Now, I can just record a tab to go down one form, or one input, or two tabs to go down two. It's an alternative to using click elements and CSS selectors, for example. Okay, you'll also notice there's a data option. This allows you to pass keystrokes from data sources like webhooks or Google Sheets. The example I've got here is from a Google Sheet. Now, the thing you must remember is you need to use a delimiter when passing data into this step. Why do you need to do that? Well, for example, if I wanted to type the word Alex in, I'd want to do that. I would be doing that on the keyboard with individual strokes, wouldn't I? I'd be ALEX. But if I just entered entered ALEX in a Google Sheet, for example, the step would then look for a keystroke called Alex when it's not really Alex, for example. So you need to use the delimiter to tell the press key step to basically separate the letters and click on the A, click on the L, then click on the E, then click on the X. I can show the example quickly. I'm going to insert data from a Google Sheet, and you can see here I'm just highlighting it with my pointer that I've got the delimiter separating the letters, so Axiom will know to type those in. I'm just going to close that. You can of course also change the delimiter in this custom field here and use what you want. Okay, lastly, you can also add a delay. So at the moment by default it's set to 10. That types in pretty quickly, but if you're typing into a page that's sensitive for speed or wanting to avoid bot detection, for example, you can slow that typing down to replicate more of a human speed.